Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Karsch and Anderson extravaganza. Jeff Rieger is in today.
Hi.
I don't think there's any question if you listen to the show yesterday, knowing why Doug is out today.
I felt bad for Doug. I heard the little sequence of events you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there when you can't get the phlegm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the phlegm was stuck in there, and you're like, Doug, why don't you just walk out?
Well, Doug's always had his voice has always been scratchy and whatnot. And occasionally there'll be something that sounds like there's something there, and you can't, clear it. But yesterday was like, that was above and beyond. He literally had to walk out of the studio and then try to recompose, and he came back like a minute later, and he was better, but he was still battling it. My man was drinking hot water, tea all show long. Was dropping lozenges. He even went to the medicine chest in the back there, grabbed something.
I heard about that.
Cold medicine. He's
That's
playing
risky
Russian roulette
behavior
with it.
right there.
He's like, I don't know if this is drowsy formula or not, but I'm going to go for it. And I'm like, whatever you got to do, man.
I thought Doug didn't get sick.
Oh, Doug got sick.
Oh, he gets sick?
Doug gets sick all the time.
Oh, yeah, he's got that very healthy lifestyle. It would be fascinating to take a person that has the Doug lifestyle compared to a person like that has Gator's lifestyle.
Like the guy you have the show with.
So who gets sick more, you or Doug?
I think it's Doug.
Wow. That just turned science on its head.
Doug's not built for like anything like that goes astray from his like strict regimen of life. Like then he falls apart.
Yeah, and some of it might be, like we touched on it yesterday with him. Some of it might be that he just runs his body ragged because he can't relax. He can't sit back and just enjoy, or just, it's not even enjoying. It's just shutting down the body a little bit. Doug's always got to be gone to go. He's got to have something to do. He's miserable if he's not in constant motion. Like we talked about like vacations.
I heard you guys yesterday.
And it's like Doug is not a let's lie out at the beach kind of guy or hang out at the pool kind of guy. He's not. He has to be constantly doing something.
Well, I heard you guys talking about a cruise yesterday,
Yeah.
and Doug's like, I just want to go someplace I can break a bone. Like,
right.
That makes no sense.
Well, you can break a bone anywhere.
Not for
but
vacationing.
That's fun for the vacation, or we can risk doing it. And he's like, well, we looked at this Alaskan cruise because we could go on an 8-hour hike. I'm like, let's do that. I'm like, okay. You want to go on a cruise to go on an 8-hour hike on your downtime?
Is Doug one of those guys that when sitting down to watch a game, he's got to be on the treadmill or?
He usually has to be doing something, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
He watches
While doing something.
That
Like,
sounds exhausting.
When he was watching Severance or anything else he watches, he's usually on the treadmill or whatever he's got down there in the basement.
folding laundry. Something.
Yeah.
He's got to be doing another task at the same time.
It's never just, I sat in the easy chair and I watched 3 episodes of Big Bang Theory, That's not Doug.
No, instead he was doing curls while doing it. Like it's
And that sounds awful.
Yeah, he's
Can
watching
you imagine
Michigan,
not
Michigan
being able
State
to chill out for 3 hours?
he's doing lunges while the game's going on.
Which is fine if you're, working your back. Like I've got this back issue that I'm dealing with, right? I got another pinched nerve in the back, and it's going to take a full 6 weeks to recover from it. I went through this a couple of years ago. I know the routine. So when this happens, I've got to start doing, more stretches and exercises I do while it's happening. So like that's happening for me. And I was thinking of this last night. So I'm like doing these squats while watching some TV last night. I'm like, Doug would do this. This is all about Doug. 100%.
Then you realize how much you hated it.
Right. And so, like, I'm telling Doug yesterday when he goes home, I go, look, he's talking about, I can't wait to get home. I'm going to take a nice hot steam shower. I'm like, yeah, and then go to sleep. And then he's like, yeah, maybe. I'm like, what do you mean, maybe? I go, what do you got to do? And he's like listing off a few things. I'm like, no, just go to sleep.
So when Doug is sick, is he at home curled up in a blanket right now, or is he still doing crap?
I don't know. He's probably doing some crap.
Infecting the neighborhood?
I hope not. I hope he gets better. Anyway, so that's why Doug's not here. He's under the weather. We'll see if he comes back for tomorrow's show or not. But Jeff, nice to have you with us.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
We certainly have a lot to talk about, and let's start with the Pistons. Okay, NBA trade deadline is tomorrow,
3:00,
and the Pistons made their move literally 20 minutes after we went off the air yesterday, King. And they acquire Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric in a 3-team trade. There's a pick swap with Minnesota as well. The Bulls are involved. Jaden Ivey goes to the Bulls. And that's basically what the Pistons gave up was Jaden Ivey. And just on the face of it, what did the Pistons give up? The Pistons gave up a player who really wasn't contributing a ton to this team. And they went out and they got a guy who, throughout his career, has been a pretty decent three-point shooter. He's a guy that has a good assist ratio. And then they get some size with Sarge as well. I assume to come off the bench and give you a couple minutes. But I'm not sure if this is not a massive deal by any means.
No.
And I don't look at this deal and say, well, this is one that puts you over the top. Is this one even as impactful as getting Schroeder last year?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is either.
I don't know how much better they became. Now, I know that Jaden Ivey needed to be dealt, and I'm not, even if he turns out to be a star, I promise I will not troll this move because it was time for him to move on. But the fact that he had a $10 million contract, didn't you hope that you got someone bigger instead of who you got and using Ivey to get you that person? But Gator, I'm telling you, this trade does nothing for me, but I believe in Langdon. This is not it. I refuse to believe this is it. You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The East is wide open. Other teams have gotten better. I think there's another move coming. You got till 3 o'clock tomorrow. I refuse to believe this is it.
Yeah, I have a hard time thinking this is it either. Because if you wanted to add your three-point specialist, I don't think they did.
No.
Right? I mean, it's not like Herter's shooting great this year.
No, Herter's at about 31%. Now, over the course of his career, he's been a good three-point shooter, and you have three-point depth. But this can't be it. Like, I can't stop thinking that Michael Porter Jr. is still out there, and he's the white whale. He's the one guy everybody wanted. I know people trash his defense. I know people say, oh, he's only a good player on a bad team. But that dude shoots 40% from three, 9.5 threes a game, and you can still get him, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You got to give up some picks. There's even a way to get him without giving up Tobias Harris. So if this is it, if Trajan Langdon doesn't do anything else, this is super disappointing. And maybe they still win the East, and maybe I look like a dope, but this is disappointing, and it's another example of someone in our town kind of not going for it when the window is wide open.
Well, and there'd be, obviously, to go get somebody, you have to give up something, and that's the other side of it, and you worry. I guess the worry that I have, and I could, look, I think I'm in favor of trading for Porter Jr. and knowing what the cost would be. Going the other way, you're probably having to give up Tobias Harris at the very least to make up some of the money, but you're going to have to give up someone like a Ron Holland or a Sarr Thompson to complete this trade because now you've already traded away Jaden Ivey, even though he was going to be a free agent afterwards, and you're going to have to give up multiple picks and all that
for a guy that will be here this year and next year. Yes,
but would a move like that disrupt the chemistry on this team? And I never used to believe in the chemistry thing until I was younger and perhaps naive and ignorant about things. And I think when I hit my 30s, I realized, no, there's something to chemistry. I'm not saying it's the be-all, end-all, but there is something to it. And this team loves themselves some Tobias Harris. So if you were to move him, does that disrupt things too much?
What if I told you there's a way?
Sorry. It's okay. Particularly for a young team that doesn't have the experience that other players do. When these guys are all 25 and under, and they haven't been there, right? They finally got to the playoffs last year, so they don't know the business side of it enough, where they have to say, "Hey, look, this is just our job to do," and we've got new players. We'll move on. I think when you're younger, you're more emotional, and you don't have those life lessons yet.
What if I told you there's a way you can do it without Tobias? Now, listen, I think it's going to be bad if you don't do anything. Let's say you don't make the Eastern Conference Finals, and then Tobias Harris at the end of the season walks away because he's going to be a free agent, and essentially you kind of are left feeling like maybe it was for nothing. Now, maybe I'm totally wrong, and maybe they make it to the NBA Finals, and hell, maybe they win a championship, and it all turns out great. But if you love Tobias so much, there's still a way to use other pieces on your team to get, let's say, the guy we're talking about, Michael Porter Jr. Like if you gave away a Holland and a Green and you throw in Saric because you can actually trade him and you got to throw in picks, obviously, that seems to be a no-brainer. They got 16 dudes on this team right now. They have to make some roster moves. After tomorrow, they have to figure out what they're doing with Dennis Jenkins. They got to give him a contract. So they still have decisions to make. I can't believe this is it. Like, Gator, let me ask you this, and you're right about the chemistry. If you find out at 3:01 tomorrow that this is it, is your feeling, okay, let's roll, I'm happy they kept it all together, or is your feeling, damn it, other teams in the East got better, I wish we did more?
It depends if one of the other teams does something more to improve
like
themselves.
If the Knicks improve themselves.
I'm not as worried about Cleveland. I still think the Pistons right now, as it stands right now, I think the Pistons are the best team in the Eastern Conference.
According to FanDuel and other betting sites.
I get the betting services.
The Cavs are now the odds-on favorite to win the East.
That's fine. Let them go ahead and do what they want. I mean, I've seen odds-on favorite like a week ago who was going to be the next head coach of a certain NFL team, and the guy who got the job was 12-1 and was like 7th on the list.
Was that Monken? The Browns?
It may have been. I don't know. But the point is that Vegas doesn't always get it right, and it's about money. So I still think they're the best team in the NBA right now. Sorry, not the NBA, but in the Eastern Conference. But they can compete with the West. I think they can compete. I'd feel better if they made a move, but if they stood pat and none of the other teams in the East made a move that made themselves appreciably better, I'm a little disappointed because I think there is an opportunity to go ahead and do that. And I think part of that opportunity left yesterday when they traded Jaden Ivey for who they got in return, because I think you could have moved Jaden Ivey and some other pieces to acquire a bigger piece. So I guess that's how I answer that question. If they don't make a trade tomorrow by tomorrow's deadline and the East is the way that it is right now, I'm still okay with it.
I wonder what Pistons fans think. I wonder what fans think right now hearing that maybe this is it. I think a lot of fans, despite loving the chemistry, the culture, big win against the Nuggets yesterday, I think a lot of fans want to make a move. Well, I think they do. I wonder how they'd feel if he doesn't.
I'd like to see them make a move.
And does anybody in this town make a move?
248-539-9797 is the telephone number. The people want you to answer a question as well, which we're going to get to.
Me?
Yeah. They want you to answer a question that I will pose to you coming up in
is
5 minutes.
Difficult question?
It's not a difficult question. I mean, it depends what kind of man you are. But you're a chew it and do it kind of guy, so I think you might be up for the task.
Chew it and do it. That's right. Go to the website. First month for free.
248-539-9797. This is 97.1.